Belos is a mysterious and scary figure, but there's a character even more mysterious and perhaps even more scary. If you clicked on this video, you know that I'm of course talking about Kikimora. This little lady is undoubtedly hiding a lot of secrets, even from Belos. Could it maybe be because she's totally going to betray him and become the main antagonist of the show? Yes, here's why. Before I begin, if you like my channel, please make sure you're subscribed, as many regular viewers aren't. Not only does it keep the channel alive, it also ensures that you don't miss out on any of my latest Owl House content. And trust me, there's going to be a lot more. If you want some awesome perks, consider visiting my Patreon in the description. Now back to the video.
Let's get this over with.
Let's kick things off by establishing the facts. What exactly do we know about Kikimora? In the show, Kikimora has a short temper and is highly spiteful. This is demonstrated by her trying to get Hunter bumped off with her weird hand dragon over a pretty small incident, and having no remorse for what she did to Rain Whispers for their treachery. Despite her vengeful behaviour, however, she's still a bit of a pushover. Luce has no trouble threatening her with a simple fire glyph. The Emperor rejects her when she offers help, and she's easily beaten by Luce and Hunter while incapacitated by Luce's sleep spell. While she doesn't have a staff, she does in fact have another source of power, the strange claw around her head. It appears to have its own magic completely independent from Kiki's actual body. Strangely, we've only ever seen it used 2 times. When she's angry and unleashing the full extent of her wrath in the intro, and to activate the tattoo seal on Rain.
But until then, night-night.
Now, Kikimora's namesake actually comes from a figure from Slavic folklore, also called Kikimora. This Kikimora is an evil spirit that would take the form of a beautiful lady in men's dreams, torturing them with desire and sucking out their life force. While this may sound random at first, this will be extremely important to note later on in the video. Now that we've laid all the facts on the table, let's piece them together and find out why she might turn out to be the true series antagonist. First of all, does she have any reason to betray Belos, and would she? The answer to both of those questions is definitely. For one thing, she's the perfect candidate for the mistreatment-induced betrayal trope. This trope is where a henchman for the lead villain becomes so resentful over being pushed around by their master that they seek revenge.
Adora! I'm sorry!
So how does that apply to Kikimora? Despite everything Kiki does for the Emperor, she still plays second fiddle to Hunter. We saw just how angry that makes her. Trying to get Hunter bumped off just goes to show the extreme lengths she'll go to when she feels like she's wronged. Alternatively, there's also the possibility of this assassination attempt being an intentional, direct attempt at sabotaging Belos himself. I mean, if she were truly loyal to the Emperor, she'd never even think of attacking his right-hand man, right? Belos is clearly dying and could barely stand his ground in a 1v1 against Luce. When the day of unity finally comes, Kiki would have a fair shot of killing him and taking that power for herself. The only thing stopping her from getting close enough is Hunter. On a related note, Kiki is the Emperor's messenger, his voice. Kiki was the one Lilith answered to, not Belos. Kiki is the one telling the children of Hexside about Belos' warped version of history, not Belos. If Belos were to die, his followers would most likely listen to Kikimora in the very same fashion they listened to Belos for allegedly speaking for the Titan.
This is the Titan's will.
It's also very important to note that there's evidence Belos may not trust Kikimora, despite the fact that she's his assistant. And I'm not just referring to him choosing Hunter over her. I mentioned earlier that Kiki doesn't possess a staff. While this might be because she already has her own magic, unlike Hunter and perhaps Belos himself, even Lilith was allowed a staff. I think that this is because Belos doesn't trust her to have one, all the more reason for her betrayal. So how would Kikimora even betray Belos? Isn't she pretty weak? Maybe not entirely. As I stated earlier, Kiki's headclaw seems to possess its own magic. For some reason though, she didn't use it against Luce when threatened by her fire glyph, nor during her duel with Hunter. As she only seems to use it in dire situations where she absolutely has to, I suspect that it's extremely extremely powerful and that she's hiding just how scary this thing truly is for a reason. So the question is, who is she hiding it from and why? During the first instance I mentioned of her not using it when she should've, Belos was present. In the second instance, his coven henchmen were present. Why would she be hiding her full power even from Belos, if she weren't planning to use it against him somehow?
I will have your head!
Finally, let's talk about how the Kikimora in Slavic folklore could completely confirm this theory. At the start of this video, I talked about how this Kikimora would torture men with desire in order to suck out their life force. Understandably, you might have been wondering how the hell that fits in with this theory. Well, I'll tell ya. There's a very direct way of how this could translate to the show. I think Kikimora is, in a sense, torturing Belos with desire by helping him achieve his goal and letting him believe he'll be the one benefiting from the Day of Unity. As for the whole stealing his life force part, he's quite literally dying. When the opportunity arises, Kiki will finish him off and take everything he's worked so hard for. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more awesome Owl House content weekly. Do you think the true antagonist was Kiki all along? Let me know in the comments. Check my description to join my Discord, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to my Patreon. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.